Hey everybody, it's Odd Dustin with Odd Family Games and
Foxy Dirt.
And we're back playing Everlasting Summer. We are in the camp and we're going to start doing some exploring. We don't know why we're in a camp. We don't know where we are. It's a totally different time of year and the dude's freaking out and rolling around on the ground like a little bitch. And so he's going to see what's up with these girls and USSR Chan. And let's go. I followed the path to the left, on the right side of which stood small cabins, apparently the homes of local pioneers. Actually, they looked quite cozy from the outside. Even though I was born in the Soviet Union, I had never been part of its children's organizations, neither the pioneers nor even the younger October children. Oh, the pioneers must be like the Girl Scouts.
Of Russia?
Yeah, the Russian Girl Scouts. Ah, now I'm getting it. I thought it meant like pioneers that started the country.
Oh.
Huh. I imagine the daily life of a typical pioneer camp a bit differently. Huge barracks with long rows of metal bunks, wake-up call at 6 o'clock played by a siren, 1 minute to make your bed, then joining the formation at the drill square. Or wait, could I be confusing it with something else? Suddenly something struck me on the back. I staggered but remained on my feet, turned around and prepared to fight heroically for my life.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh, it's Big Titty Chan. But all I found was another girl standing before me. My mouth hung open in surprise.
Pick your jaw up off the ground.
I closed my mouth. The same pioneer uniform, but the way she was wearing it looked, let's say, provocative. Like all the girls I had met here before, this one was rather cute, but her overly arrogant expression killed any desire to get to know her better.
New here, are you?
That's not going to do him very good to fart in front of her.
Fine, see ya.
Shouldn't like fart smell, like any woman. God. Semyon, you idiot. She threw a threatening glance at me and walked past. I waited for the pioneer girl to turn her at the corner. Who knows what else she might have been up to. The most interesting thing was that even this hostile girl seemed completely normal to me. She did not give off the feeling of some deadly danger, except maybe the danger of getting punched in the nose. At last I managed to make it to the square. There was no linen on an armored car, although one could easily expect something like that after all this had happened. Instead, however, a monument of certain comrade towered in the middle of the square. The letters on the pedestal read, Genda. Is that Genda or Genda?
I don't know.
I can't tell. Oops. Oh. Hold on. I screwed up the mic. Stupid thing. Hold on. Go back now. There, that's better. Must be some big figure in the party. There was some small benches at the sides. It's quite pleasant here. Where did that girl tell me to go? To the left or to the right? To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right. She's like marching. Left, right, left, left, right, left. And why am I going there anyway? Ah, right, I've decided to pretend to be normal. So, to the right. Through a small grove. I came out at a pier. It's almost like Dora the Explorer. Go to the right. The map says, go through a small grove. I came out at a pier. It appears normal.
No.
I must have taken a wrong turn.
Hey, wrong way.
I turned towards the voice.
Oh.
The first girl stood before me.
Now what did I tell you? Take a left at the square, wasn't it?
She had changed from her pioneer uniform. Pioneer uniform.
Fucking music. This is some bow chicka bow bow music.
Hey, I told you to take a left. Not a right. She had changed from her pioneer uniform into a bikini.
Oh, I still haven't introduced myself. My name is Slavia. Actually, my full name's Slavanya. That's right, I think. But everyone calls me Slavia.
She's Sylvania'd.
So you can too.
Yeah. I still felt a bit confused, so I could not come up with more meaningful answers.
And what's your name?
It felt like she could see right through me. Yeah, Simeon.
Nice to meet you, Semyon. Alright, I'm almost done here. Could you wait here a minute? I'm gonna change. We'll go to Olga Dimitri together, alright?
Agreed, baby. After this exchange, she ran off. And I sat on the pier and I let my feet hang into the water. I was wearing heavy winter boots, but in such weather there was nothing wrong in getting my feet wet. Oh yeah, it felt good. Furthermore, it let me cool myself a little. Looking at the river, I was brainstorming and processing everything that was happening. If this is some kind of conspiracy, it's a weird one. Even too friendly at times. No, it really looks more like a random event. Some entirely incomprehensible random event.
Shall we go?
Slavia was standing beside me, dressed in that pioneer uniform again. Oh yeah, baby, like I like. Let's go. I've been here for a very short time, but all the people I've met, she looks the least suspicious. However, this fact is already suspicious in itself. Man, he is just a mess. We walk to the square. The USSR Chan girl and the girl who hit me on the back were there, chasing each other. Is that some kind of a game they're playing?
Olyana, it's enough running. I'll tell everything to Olga. Why does she have to say her full name? Everything?
Just say Olga.
To Olga.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Is that the...
That's the other. I don't know. I decided not to question Slavia for a while about what was going on or the local residents. Slavia, I hardly know ya. Get it? Oh yeah. Better meet with this mysterious Olga first. Sounds like she's the boss. I'm the boss. Let's go see Olga. We walk past the rows of almost identical cabins, some of which look like fat beer barrels, while others look more like household sheds. Finally, Slavia stopped in front of a smallish one-story cabin. It looked like an artist's painting, the faded paint chipping here and there with age, was sparkling in the sun. The window shutters, slightly ajar, were swaying almost unnoticeably in the wind, and huge lilac bushes were growing at the sides. It seemed as if this ramshackle hut was drowning in a storm of purple silk, and the lilacs, like some elemental force, were inexorably destroying the troop leader's house.
What are you standing around for? Let's go.
Slavia snapped me out of my daydreaming. And stop teasing Lena already. Is it Lena or Lena? Whoa, shit! Ah! What the hell? Oh man, what the hell is this?
What the fuck is
Creepy. Raina! Sounds like there's someone inside. Indeed, a moment later the door swung open and Ulanya ran out and dashed past with the same mischievous grin. The pigtail girl came out next.
Don't let it bother you, Lena.
So her name is Lena. Gotta be thankful it's not Raina, at least. But I don't. Instead of finishing her sentence, she blushed and quickly headed towards the square. She's the one that's all nervous all the time. That have all the anime tropes in here.
Fuck.
For some reason, I felt like turning and following her with my eyes. But Slavia said,
Come.
We entered the cabin. Inside, it looked like something similar to what I had imagined. 2 beds, a table, a couple of chairs, simple carpet. On the floor, a wardrobe. Nothing special, but at the same time, it felt homelike and cozy. Although this room was almost in the same state of disorder as my own flat. The girl standing near the window appeared to be about 25 years old. Nature had obviously gifted her with a pretty face and a good body. Everyone's got a pretty face and a good body in this. At least one thing can keep you happy in this pandemonium. The locals are beautiful. One thing to be happy about. Beautiful locals.
Okay.
You're finally here. Excellent. She got a manly voice.
Okay.
My name is Olga. I'm the camp leader. Nice to meet you. I'm Simeon. I decided to talk as if I wasn't surprised by anything that was going on. She came closer. We've been expecting you since early morning.
Sounds like she's got smoking going.
Yeah, she's a smoker. You've been expecting me? Yes, of course. And when does the next bus come? And why do you need it? Yeah, right. Why would I need it? Guess I shouldn't ask direct questions. The people here may react to them quite unlike how I'd prefer. And I doubt I'd get any answers. No reason, just curious. By the way, where are we exactly? Our mailing address, I mean? I wanted to send a letter to my parents to tell them I got here fine. For some reason, I had a desperate idea that if I played along, I would find something out. Oh, but your parents called just half an hour ago. Sent their regards to you. Now that's a surprise. So, can I call them? Because I forgot to tell them something before I left. No! She gave me a sweet, spontaneous smile. Why not? We don't have a phone here. Then, how could my parents make a call to here? I've just come back from the district central town. I talked to them there. Ah, so that's how it is. And, can I somehow get to the town? No! She kept the same smile. Why not? Because the next bus only comes in a week. I decided not to inquire how the troop leader managed to get there and back. I would get no answer anyway. All this time, Slavia was standing next to me and seemed to find nothing odd in our conversation. Oh, we need to find a uniform for you. I've got absolutely no desire to put on a pioneer shorts or to wear the ridiculous red neckerchief. However, wearing winter clothes in summer isn't a great idea either. Right, thank you. I wonder if I'm the only one here who finds it strange that someone's wearing a coat and winter boots in such heat. Rightio, I'll be off then, and you can get yourself acquainted with the camp. Don't forget to come to dinner in the evening. Having said that, she walked out of the cabin. No, walked is not the right word. She rushed out. There's my rushing sound effect.
Okay.
I ended up alone with Slavia.
I must go too. Got things to do. Take a walk, look around the camp a bit. See you in the evening.
If there is no threat or catch to this, then this reality, as embodied by Slavia, becomes more and more appealing. For the first time today, I realized that if it was awfully hot here, although obviously my winter clothes were to blame for that. I took off my coat and dropped it onto the bed. My pullover followed it. I was now wearing only the shirt. That's much better. All I could do now was follow their advice and go look around the camp. I'll try to find something out in the meantime. Passing the local residential district, I saw a pioneer guy coming my way. Oh, here's a new dude. And it was really a pioneer guy, not a pioneer girl. Apparently there was men even in this kingdom of Amazons. Hello! You're new here! You must be Simeon, right? And, How do you... Everyone knows already! I'm Electronique, by the way! The real one! You can call me that! Electronique? The real one? Things were going from crazy to completely insane. Alright, Electronique was a robot character appearing in popular Soviet film and book series. He looked like an exact copy of a school kid called Sergei Cheezkov.
Okay.
So he might be a robot.
Okay.
He's not maybe a real boy. Maybe he's a robot. Alright. Bulianya also calls me Chessie! Chessie?
Looks like cheesy.
Oh, cheesy. Maybe it's cheesy. Okay. On toast with mushrooms? Because my last name is Cheezikov! I see. Let me show you around! I accepted his offer as if it would have taken much longer to get to know this place alone. Fine, let's go. We ended up at the square again. As if this place was all there is to this camp. What? As if this place was all there is to this camp. Okay. Lena was sitting on one of the benches reading some book. Electronique confidently approached her. Hello, Lena! Meet the new guy, Semyon! He started briskly. Hello. Well, you could say we've already met in a way. Yes. She looked away from the book for a moment, glanced at me, blushed, and went back to reading as if not noticing that we're all still here. Alright, let's go on! I was at first surprised that meeting this girl was reduced to a couple of words, but then I thought that it was better that way. What happened to the mic? Stupid mic. Alright, yeah, it looks better now. I don't know how long it's been messed up, but we fixed it. I was at first surprised that meeting this girl was reduced to a couple of words, but then I thought that it was way better that way. Electronique's vigorous activity did not fit well with Lena's shyness. Let's go. Next we came to a building which I instantly identified as a canteen. And this here? I know, this is where you consume organic food. Yeah, something like that! On the canteen's porch stood the unfriendly girl who hit me on the back earlier. At the sight of her, my joking mood vanished in a blink of an eye. Really, now is not the best time to be pulling this guy's leg, even though he is quite hilarious. First, I need to figure out what's what here, or at least where I am. Here, over there, that's Elisa Devzhevskaya. Be careful around her! He spoke in a whisper. Oh, shit. I should have been whispering that. I guess he's not a very good whisperer. Don't ever risk calling her Devache. She doesn't like that. Diva means two in Russian. The whole nickname sounds exactly like Tuch in Russian, a reference to the late Tuch.ru, anonymous image board.
Oh, like 4chan.
Must be like 4chan, except it's 2chan. So people might call her that, and she gets pissed. What did you say? What did you call me? She's going Super Saiyan, I think. Listen to metal. Uh-oh. She must have heard him. In the blink of an eye, Elisa jumped down from the porch and dashed toward us. Alright, you'll manage from here onwards. Electronique took to his heels. Should we bail too?
I don't know.
Nothing. Elisa, running past, stopped for a moment and growled. Urgh. I'll deal with you later. Metal. Later. She said it like that. Deal with me? What did I do wrong? I added a forced, guilty smile to my words. But what am I guilty of? She made no reply and carried on chasing Electronique. Looks like I'll have to kill time alone, waiting for dinner. I decided to go east. At least in the direction where east would be in my world. Soon after, I found myself near a football pitch. A game was in full swing here. I guess watching it for a bit wouldn't do any harm. In my childhood and teen years, I was not a bad player myself and even thought of going professional, but a few injuries in a row killed my desire to risk my health for the sake of uncertain chance in the game. Kids of different ages were running around the pitch. I could see a boy about 10 and a girl about 14 years old. A girl. Hey, that's Alanya. Alright, so she plays football. What's so surprising? She seems a restless one after all. I was standing quite far from the pitch, but she still noticed me. Hey, you! Alanya shouted. Wanna play? I didn't know how to answer. On the one hand, running around for 10 minutes is no big deal. On the other hand, any wrong move in my situation could be my final one. But in any case, my attire wasn't suitable for this weather. If I played in winter boots and warm jeans, I would sweat like a pig. And playing barefoot without jeans would be simply unethical. So he'd take his pants off and play in his underwear? Maybe another time, alright? I shouted in response. I turned around and walked back. I was followed by Alanya's screams about my pants, or about me being a pansy or something like that. Whatever, pussy! He's alone, so he let one fly. He's all nervous. I get gassy when I'm nervous too, so, it happens. Evening was falling, making me feel tired and empty after a day wasted with no real purpose.
Really?
I came back to the square, sat down on a bench, and gave an exhausted sigh. I'd better sit here and wait for dinner. Is that your side?
No, it's my yawn.
USSR yawn? After all, it's easier to search for answers when you're not hungry. They do give food to people here, right? It's curious how the simplest human needs can break the will to ponder on things, to strive for something. Here we go. He's starting to ponder and think overly complicated thoughts. For example, I feel hungry now, so I care much less about where I am or what is happening to me. Could great people also be affected by this? And in that case, how did Spartacus start the slave uprising in ancient times? What? We're talking about Greece and Spartacus?
Thought we were in Russia, not Greece.
Yeah. I can only conclude that I am not a great person, and it does not really matter which mechanism I serve as a gear in society, the Matrix, or a weird pioneer camp.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he is in the Matrix. My thoughts were interrupted by the sounds of bells chiming from a loudspeaker on a light pole. It must be the dinner call. I headed towards the canteen. It was a good thing that now I knew where it was. Olga was there, standing on the porch. I stopped and looked closely at her as if I were expecting something. She looked back at me for a while, but at last came closer. Semyon, what are you waiting for? Come in already. Guess nothing bad can happen if I go with her. My stomach backed me up here. That's his stomach. The two of us went inside. Well, there's a shitload of people there. Huh. The canteen looked like a canteen. Oh, okay. Wow, check that out.
Really?
Yeah. I'd had a chance to visit a factory canteen at some point in my life. This one was exactly the same, just maybe a bit cleaner and more modern. Metal chairs and tables, glazed tiles on the walls and floor, unsophisticated tableware with an occasional crack. Guess that's what a canteen in a pioneer camp's supposed to look like. Semyon, wait a moment. We'll find you a place to sit. She looked around the place. Divneskya! Hold it right there! Olga shouted at Elisa, who was passing by. What? What's up with your clothes? Anything wrong with them? Indeed, her attire looked somewhat provocative. Get your uniform nice and neat right now. All right. Oh, man. Elisa got her shirt right and walked past, shooting an unpleasant glare at me. It ain't my fault.
So, where can we find you a place to sit?
There weren't a lot of free seats.
Go over there, next to Alanya.
Maybe I...
Yeah, it's fine. The food's already on the table, too.
I had no other choice but to accept. Oh, here we go. In common Russian language, kotleta, or cutlet, is minced meat fried or baked in the shape of a ball or cylinder close to American patties. Compote is a drink made of boiling fresh or dried fruit in a large amount of water. Compote in French. Of course, there was probability that the cutlets were poised with curare, the mashed potatoes generously seasoned with arsenic, and the glass filled with excellent antifreeze instead of compote. But it all looked so tasty I had no chance to resist. Hey! What do you want? I replied rather rudely. Oh, what do you want? Who was sitting next to me. Why didn't you play football with us? Because of my clothes? Duh. Said I, pointing at the source of the problem. Oh, all right then. Eat. However, there wasn't much left to eat. My cutlet was missing from my plate. Only she could have done it. No more precisely, none but Alanya could have done it. Give me back my cutlet. In a big family, you snooze, you lose. It can cost you a cutlet if you're careless. Give it back, I'm telling you. I'm getting that cutlet. I want my meat. Give me my meat. I looked at her menacingly and was about to reach out my hand. See, I don't have it. And indeed, Elanya's plate was empty. It seemed that this little girl eats as fast as she steals someone's cutlets. She jammed that meat in her mouth so fast and was just like, blah, 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 blah. Take it easy, we'll work something out now. She grabbed my plate and ran off. There was no point in following her. If they wanted to poison me here, they could have done it in a much easier way. About a minute later, Alanya returned and handed me a plate with steaming hot cutlet on it. There's my steaming hot cutlet. Here's one for starving. Thanks. Was all I could say. I was so hungry that my suspicions were gone in a flash. I picked up my cutlet with my fork and...
Ow! What the fuck? Fucking bitch! I will kill you and your motherfucking family!
Okay, it doesn't say that much, but this music makes me say that.
There's a bug on my plate, motherfucking bitch! Put a bug on my plate! Yeah! Some bug! No, not a bug! An insect! It got legs and it's wiggling! The plate fell to the floor, broke into pieces. The chair hit me hard on my leg while I was falling. I've disliked insects since I was a child, but when these creepy crawlies appeared on my plate, that's just way too much! You little... Alanya seemed ready for such a twist and was already at the door laughing as if she had just heard fresh stand-up comedian joke. I dashed after her. We ran out of the canteen. We were just a few dozen meters apart and I felt I could catch the little bitch easily. We ran through the square. Past the clubhouse. Ran through the forest path. I started to gasp for breath. I should have quit smoking, I guess. Alanya passed out of sight at the next turn. It can't be true that she managed to get away from me. It simply can't. I stopped and tried to catch my breath again. Oh, God. Night was falling. Looks like I'm lost. It's a bad idea to stay in the woods at night. Better get back to the camp. However, I had absolutely no clue which way to go. Well, I gotta choose at random. I
wandered for quite some time in the forest, and even thought of crying for help. But finally I saw the camp's fence beyond the trees. Everything fell back into place. The bus is gone. Oh, I mumbled quietly. On the one hand, there was nothing strange about that. The bus couldn't just stay there forever. On the other hand, it meant there was someone driving, because buses do not drive themselves. Or do they? This world seemed too normal, but every event here had at least two explanations for it: an ordinary, real, everyday explanation, and a surreal one. Certainly the driver could have just been off for a snack, and I left too soon, and that's why, in any case, this is not the place for me. Whether that bus drives itself or not was probably an important question, but it was much more important to know how I had got here at all, and where this here was. The fields and the woods stretched towards the horizon, and I had no answers. There was nothing familiar about them. Strange, odd, and alien world. And I think that's where we're going to end it for this episode. Thanks for watching Everlasting Summer with Odd Dustin and
Foxy Dirt.
And hopefully you enjoyed our adaptation of this awesome story of camp life and bugs and metal and girls in bikinis. And we'll pick it up later at another time. Let us know in the comments what you think, and like and subscribe this video, please. Be awesome if you could subscribe. It really helps us out. And thanks a lot. Have a great one.